Hello, my name is Talethea, and I am hoping that you all will come along with me as I work and plan and research and execute my intent to go from working from home full-time to living on board cruise ships while also working full-time. So let's do it. When was the last time you had an idea and immediately talked yourself out of it? Right? So think about it. No, for real. Like you had an idea, something crossed your mind, you wanted to do it, and almost immediately your brain started thinking of all the ways where it couldn't happen, right? It's not possible. Nobody else does that. It's crazy. It's too expensive. I can't afford it. Who has the time? Not with all these kids. I'm too old. I'm too young. Not with these needs. Whatever it is. When was the last time like your brain had a really cool idea and just for a minute your brain was like, oh, that sounds so cool. And then almost immediately you started talking yourself out of it. People, keep this in mind. Somebody somewhere is doing exactly whatever that thing is. Whatever that thing was that you were dreaming about, whatever that thing is that you were talking about, whatever it is that you got all excited about and then talked yourself out of it. One, somebody somewhere is already doing it. And two, if it's being done, that means you can do it too. So let's talk about this a little bit, y'all. I'm Talethea. I have been working and dreaming and planning and executing and moving toward, honestly, just by every day, my goal to go from working full time at home, out of my home office, to working and living full time aboard cruise ships. I am so excited about this thing. When I first thought about it, I just got extremely excited about it. And then my next thought was like, okay, so who's doing that? You know what I mean? I know people that live on cruise ships full time. Well, I've heard of people that live on cruise ships full time, right? I have talked to people that, you take cruises to travel and for vacation. And here again, I've worked remotely from home for about, 4 years now? 4 or 5 years now. So it's been a while. But the idea of working full time on board cruise ships, there's something about it that sounds daunting. And so the more it crossed my mind, well, the way my brain works, my brain just started looking for a way to make it happen, right? Which is cool. Somebody somewhere, in my opinion, honestly, the whole idea of somebody somewhere else doing it already hadn't even crossed my mind. But I have this interesting, maybe not completely rational belief that anything I kind of come up with and decide that I want to do, I can do it. So, which is kind of nice. It's actually got me quite far in life. But I also love being able to kind of go and start researching whatever the thing is and then seeing that somebody else is doing it and they're doing it fabulously. So let's talk about that a little bit. I want to talk about a few other folks that I see that are doing this thing successfully. I'm going to share some articles, a YouTube influencer that I found and have been following a little bit. And then we can talk a little bit more about why talking yourself out of your dream is just such an overwhelming waste of energy. Like all you got on earth is some time. That's all you got. When your time is over, it is gone. Why not use that time going after something that you want to do? Whether it's this big, huge thing or something that's just big and huge and beautiful and precious to you. So I don't know. We'll talk a little bit about this whole cruise and working remotely thing a little bit, but I'll be back. I want to talk to you a little bit about that dream you've been holding off on. So just a second. So y'all, this is Robin and Troy. In fact, what got my attention about them was that they have been documenting how they work remotely, but they travel like pretty much all over the world. So this video, they were talking about their experience, and it's like 10 top tips for working remotely aboard cruise ships. In fact, this is the video. I'll be sure to link their YouTube page in the notes. So if y'all want to go check them out, you can. But one of the things that got my attention with them was one, they talk about working on board cruise ships, but they also specifically like make mention of the fact that they travel all over the world. They don't just like work on cruise ships, which I think one supports my belief that this joker can be done, but also encourages me so much that people are really catching on to the fact that yeah, you may have to work. Yeah, I mean, keeping your job or whatever that you need to do to be able to make a living is a thing, but it's not like you have to be stuck in one place doing one thing. So they've been really good as far as like just different resources and information. So I'll be sure to give you, I'll be sure to post a link of their YouTube videos so y'all can go check them out. Now this article, was done by Janine Williamson on Cruise Critic, and I actually really enjoyed the things she had to say about working remotely on cruise ships as well. This gentleman has been working remotely on cruise ships for years. It sounds like he started back when COVID was an issue, and he just hasn't had to stop, which is kind of cool to see. And this lady mentioned apparently just how common workations, that's what she calls them, have become. She says she works full time on cruise ships. She wrote this back in 2024. From what I understand, that's still ongoing as well. But she mentioned just how many people she sees on board cruise ships that are working remotely. So it's kind of encouraging to see that, like, not only is this thing happening and being done, but it's being done by a good amount of people. So, y'all, my goal here isn't to necessarily convince you to go and work and live full time on cruise ships. That's my dream. If it's yours, that's great. I hope to see y'all out there too. But my goal is to remind you that, like, I don't know, every now and again, we come up with these ideas of things to do, and people just, I think we feel like it's just so big and so insurmountable that we just can't go after it. But the truth is, it is. People are working remote jobs and living full time while working on cruise ships. People are doing all the things, starting businesses, going back to school, becoming doctors after 40 years old, having babies, which more power to those ladies. And all the things that they want to do because, I mean, it's their dream and they want to do it and they still have the time to do it. So I would like to encourage you to go after this. This whole video is not about cruise ships. It's not about working and living full time on cruise ships, okay? It's about going after your dreams and realizing that, like, we all have them. Sometimes I think we think just the thing that we're thinking about and want to do is just impossible, but it's not. I would like to encourage you to, like, spend some time kind of thinking about the how. Like, okay, if it weren't impossible, how would I be acting? How would I look? And how would I show up? Honestly, I feel like there's just very many situations where we as people have the opportunity to go after doing things that'll make our lives happier and make us happier, and therefore hopefully help the world to be a better place. I feel like we miss out on those opportunities way too often. And as a result, not only are we not making ourselves happy, but we sure as heck, people tend to not also be happy when they see other people that are going after doing something that's cool that they want to do as well, which also does not contribute to making the world a better place. So I would like to encourage y'all to start doing that. So my challenge for you, break out those journals. Go after looking and thinking about whatever that dream was that you had, the thing that you wanted to do, and the thing that you had talked yourself out of. And for whatever reason, whether you didn't think you could do it, whether because you didn't see anybody doing it, whether it's because you shared the dream or the goal with somebody else and they couldn't see it and they talked you out of it, whatever it was, go look it up, research it, figure out, okay, what are the next few steps? How would those look if I can start going after this thing? And you might realize that somebody else already left a trail. Somebody else is doing it because success leaves a trail. My dream, my goal right now is to go and work full time on board cruise ships. Eventually live and work full time on cruise ships. Get off work on a cruise ship somewhere between here and the Bahamas and go and enjoy the hot tub, or maybe have a spa treatment, or just meander around the ship. Maybe go see a magic show or whatever, or one of the comedians that are there. I'm working on it every day. I'm doing my research, executing, and making this thing happen. And I would like for you all to be doing that too. Let's work and make our dreams become a reality and something that we are actually doing on purpose together. I would love for us to grow up together. Wouldn't that be encouraging? My dream is to work and live full time eventually on cruise ships. Okay, so this time next year. So it's June of 2026. My goal is May of 2027 to have transitioned my entire life so that I'm working and living full time on cruise ships. So in the meantime, I am researching, I'm preparing, I'm testing, I'm figuring this thing out. I do also, because I also understand that just because you dream something doesn't mean it'll just happen. Like, you really do have to do the work to make it happen. So I would like to encourage you to do the same. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all know any people? Like, I have here again, I found a few people that are living and working full time on cruise ships. Do y'all know any of them? Let me know. How's it working out for them? What input do they have? What suggestions do they have for them, and for you or for me, right? And let's figure this thing out together. And that's for me and my dream. Also, what's your dream? What's your goal? What's the thing that you want to do? Don't spend too much time around me because I will have you believing that you can do it. I really do feel like we get dreams on purpose. It's just those are our marching orders. It's whatever we're supposed to do next. So let's do and build this thing together. So the question of the day is, what's one dream that you've put on hold, talked yourself out of, or just haven't gone after because for some reason you've convinced yourself that it's unrealistic? Let's talk about it.